You're watching Cover to Cover, our guide to the Sikh and Punjabi books that you need to read. This week we're introducing A Zeal for Martyrdom, Kartar Singh Sarabha, by Dr. Gurcharan Singh Muhay. This book is available in a hardbound edition and was published in 2005. The author, Dr. Gurcharan Singh Muhay, was an Indian IAS officer who towards the end of his life completed a PhD from Guru Nanak Dev University. He was an avid reader of history and philosophy throughout his life and was greatly interested by the movement for freedom from the British that took place in the subcontinent during the early part of the 20th century. This book was not written originally in English but was translated into the language from an original Punjabi text by the author. And upon reading this book, it's quite easy to actually note that. The English, although fairly strong, is quite weak in terms of its grammatical structure and formation. Perhaps for that reason, it only contains a handful of footnotes and references throughout the entire work. And as you can tell from the spine, this isn't the lengthiest book that you're going to come across. However, over the course of around 100 pages, there are some 10 chapters that give you an insight into the person of Kartar Singh Sarabha and the life that he led. This work is not an academic source, it's not a historical work that you're going to read with great detail. It is more akin to bedtime stories that give you a chronological narrative of the individual Kartar Singh Sarabha and his journey towards martyrdom. The author quite unashamedly opens by stating that this is his homage to the Shaheed Kartar Singh Sarabha. It's not disrespectful to say that this work lacks analysis, and that doesn't mean that it is without value either. From the opening chapters of Kartar Singh Sarabha, birth and childhood, we go through Kartar Singh Sarabha in the Gadar, the event of the Komagata Maru, and then revolutionary activities in Punjab and Kartar Singh Sarabha, right through to some details of failures, leading to the ultimate Shahidi of Kartar Singh Sarabha. To the experienced reader, what comes across from this book is how powerful the Indian state's narrative of pre-1947 personalities was. It's not often that you'll hear us saying something like this on Cover to Cover, but a book like this is worth reading to find out why it was so important that so much revisionary work has begun to be instigated about people like Kartar Singh Sarabha and the Gadar lad in recent years. The power of this narrative glosses over who these individuals were and what really motivated them, and what that means for us even today in the 21st century, particularly in the South Asian socio-political environment. I would go further and say that for the layman, reading works like this is important so that they can better appreciate the works that are being published today on the pre-1947 luminaries. The research and analysis that is being done that showcases them in all of their light and gives us much deeper context to how events panned out in the Punjab and for what reasons. It is unfortunate that we are limited in the number of English language works that exist about luminaries like Kartar Singh Sarabha, and so for that reason, reading anything in the English language about these individuals and these personalities is a good place to start. The author tries his best to present Sarabha in the best light that he sees fit, and in some ways this work, like so many others, is more of an insight into who the author was and what his thinking was than the subject matter of whom he is talking about. That's nothing to shy away from or even intended to disrespect the author himself. There are many nuggets of interesting facts that you can take away about Kartar Singh Sarabha from this book, But to pretend that it is a perfect biography and something that you can stake a claim to is definitely falling far short of the mark. But we want to know what you think, so please leave us a comment below sharing your thoughts on A Zeal for Martyrdom, Kartar Singh Sarabha. Join us again at Naujawani by subscribing to our YouTube channel for more Sikh and Punjabi books that you need to read.